Tonight, San Francisco Ballet begins its final production of the season, the famous Swan Lake, and it will mark a page in history as the company's artistic director, Helgi Thomasson, the man you see right here, he steps down after nearly 40 decades. New at 10, KTVU's Gianna Katsuyama had a chance to speak with a famous dancer, director, and choreographer.
For decades, the San Francisco Ballet has been making magic inside the War Memorial Opera House.
It is a beautiful theater. Very impressive.
And the chief magic maker for nearly 4 decades has been Helgi Thomasson, artistic director and choreographer. He stepped into that role back in 1985.
I came from New York City Ballet. I had been dancing there as a principal for 15 years, and that was the standard that I wanted to achieve. I said yes, having no experience, but here I am, 37 years later.
This week will be San Francisco Ballet's final program of the season, and it also will be the last for Thomasson as artistic director.
I felt I had accomplished everything that I set out to do.
The beloved Swan Lake was the first full-length ballet he staged in San Francisco as he helped the then regional ballet leap onto the world stage.
I had that high standard in the back of my head that that's what I wanted to achieve, not to make a copy of New York City Ballet, but make it on the level that all the top companies were.
Along the way, Thomasson has taken the company on international tours, showcasing classics and emerging choreographers. Thomasson also has created more than 50 original works himself.
I would hear music that I really would just fell in love with. You know, I need to choreograph to this. I really just I see dance in this, more than finding a story and then trying to find music to fit the story. Maybe it was really a dancer in me that wanted to dance to that music.
His artistic eye paired with a generous heart for his dancers.
I choreographed not how I would have danced. I learned that very quickly. I had to choreograph for those dancers in front of me, how they could blossom as dancers. So that to me was very important.
He has also been a living link between new generations and a long line of dance legends.
I think my generation is sort of the last generation who worked with Balanchine and Robbins.
When the final curtain comes down on Swan Lake this month, this final swan song from Helgi Thomasson will also give him freedom to take flight. A new life where Thomasson says his family will take center stage.
My oldest son lives in Germany and has children there, and we want to see our grandchildren. So that would be the first priority.
And yes, he says, he'll still be seeing ballets, just in a different way than before.
It would be work, yes. And maybe from now on it would just be for pleasure.
Gianna Katsuyama, KTVU, Fox 2 News.
A nice story there.